On the morning of December 9, 1980, Beatles guitarist George Harrison was asleep at his country estate in England when his wife Olivia took a call from Harrison's sister, Louise, in New York. She had heard a news report that Harrison's fellow Beatle, John Lennon, had been shot and later died in the emergency room at St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital in Manhattan. Despite learning that his bandmate has just been assassinated, Harrison simply turned over and went back to sleep. He wasn't the only Beatle acting oddly in the face of tragedy. When Paul McCartney was quizzed by a television reporter about Lennon's murder, he described it as a drag. But as Philip Norman writes in George Harrison, the Reluctant Beatle, Scribner, Harrison's reaction wasn't out of character. If anything, it displayed his tactless gene at its worst. Critically, argues Norman, it was the also culmination of years spent in the shadow of Lennon and McCartney, the Beatles' principal songwriters. Soon after Harrison finally woke up, he issued a more reasoned statement about Lennon's passing. "I am shocked and stunned. To rob life is the ultimate robbery in life." Harrison's response to Lennon's death came at a time when the pair were on the outs. Throughout the Beatles' years, their relationship had rarely been straightforward, largely because of Lennon and McCartney refused to allow Harrison the songwriting freedom he demanded. Indeed, the only time that Harrison and Lennon became close was when they experimented with LSD. The drug, Norman writes, had an immediate impact on Harrison. "I took one look at the trees and the grass and the sky and thought, yeah man, that's it," Harrison said of the trip. But when the Beatles quit drugs, the animosity between Harrison and Lennon returned, especially as Lennon's new partner, Yoko Ono, began to consume much of the affection Lennon still had for Harrison. Despite late 60s masterpieces like While My Guitar Gently Weeps and Something, the sense of creative superiority that Lennon and McCartney had over Harrison continued. Harrison coped with the slights with grace and humor, describing himself as the economy-class Beatle, although, as Norman writes, by sheer dogged persistence, he made it into the first-class cabin with songs equaling the best, if never the vast quantity, of Lennon and McCartney's. The strained relations between Lennon and Harrison dated back to their early days playing clubs in Germany, where Lennon assumed the mantle of band leader. That's not to say there wasn't at times genuine camaraderie. When the band shared a room on the German tour, Lennon, McCartney, and then drummer Pete Best even watched as Harrison lost his virginity to a local woman. "After I'd finished, they applauded and cheered. At least they kept quiet while I was doing it," he says. But the template for the relationship, with Harrison cast as subordinate, was set.